Hi friends, welcome again to the Singer Studio. Today we're going to be talking about auditionings. Auditioning is one of the hardest and most misunderstood parts of a singer's career. It is not only about what you sing, but how you present yourself, how you manage nerves, and how you make the panel's life easier. Let's walk through the whole process of preparing for an audition, from choosing the repertoire to walking out of the room. Choosing the music. Let's start with that. Choose music that fits you. Not what you wish you were, but what you actually are. That sounds such a simple thing to say, but my golly gosh, so many of us get this wrong. If you are tall and romantic in appearance, lean into roles that match that. If you are short, squat, quirky, there is no shame in playing character roles. I would probably need two hands to count the amount of singers I know that get this wrong, that want to be the romantic singer, but really should not be, and even vice versa. Be honest about what you are and what you can represent. You may wish to be the great big dramatic Verdi soprano or baritone or tenor, and if you don't have the voice for it, then stop trying to be like that. Also, avoid pieces that are risky. I've made this mistake. If a piece only works sometimes for you, if only occasionally you can get the high note at the end, then the audition is the last place to roll that dice. Remember, most panels don't have opera singers on them. They don't understand that some pieces are technically treacherous. Even if you nearly get through them, they will only hear failure. Sing arias that are easy. You can sing every single day of the week in all situations just about, and that represent you at your best. Work with your teacher and consider that the German Fach system. Study the Fach system. Even if you are auditioning in Germany, it will help you place your voice clearly. Don't confuse the panel by singing pieces that send mixed signals. When I was working with Cheryl Milnes in this public masterclass, there was a singer there who wanted to sing Verdi and Wagner and all these different repertoires. And Cheryl said, "Look, what are you doing? I don't know what you are." And this singer said, "Yes, but George London could do it." To which Cheryl replied, "Well, you aren't George London." Represent your Fach. When I got a job in Germany and there was a Montagsrunde and somebody said, "Why did you give Mike the role?" The intendant stood up and said, "We needed a lyrisch cavalier baritone and he was the best in that repertoire." Simple as that. I once had a session with a very famous impresario and he said, "Sing the music you can sing, go in, sing it, go out, get the job." As simple as that. If it's for a particular role, make sure you can actually sing that role. Panels can forgive nerves, but they won't forgive it if you waste their time by auditioning for a role that you're simply unsuitable for singing. So preparing the arias. Every singer should have a balanced list of arias, audition arias. They should not all be killers that will leave you wiped out, but they should be a balanced list. Big arias you can sing to fill in the gaps. You prepare them so you can sing one after another without losing your strength. This is so important. And you never stop learning them. Even if you've sung an aria for years, go back and coach it again, especially before a major audition. Always use a fresh pair of ears. Make sure the pianist has clear, easy to read copies to play your music. If they're sight reading from messy or awkward bound scores, it will affect your performance too. Take responsibility for presenting the pianist with what they need. And as I said, really make sure you choose arias that work well with each other. I myself, if I'm going to sing a big Verdi aria, I might put alongside a easier aria that doesn't tax me too much. I tend to start with my most dramatic aria, and then I have another aria that I can sing straight away afterwards. But I then have other arias that I can easily sing that don't tax me, and then they might ask for the other big dramatic aria. You need to prepare for the audition. You don't just practice the arias, but you practice the audition. You record yourself on our phones. We've got these amazing phones now with these cameras. My golly gosh, when I was starting out, I didn't have anything like that. So I will set up my camera. I will walk into the frame. I will introduce myself and my arias, and then I will sing them. I ask myself, can I get through them all without singing fatigue with the talking? I will practice my speaking voice too, the way I introduce myself, clearly, confidently, and without fidgeting. I prepare my paperwork. I have my copies of my CV and my biography with them. Panels often like to keep something on file, and handing them a professional looking document shows foresight. The days before my audition, I'm looking after myself. I'm sleeping properly. I'm resting. I'm keeping my mind sharp and my body alert. I'm doing my exercises, my yoga, my calisthenics that are so important. I'm going running if that's what you do. This is not just vocal preparation, it's whole body preparation. And it is so important. It's part of being a professional. On the day, as soon as I approach the building, I am on. Not when I go on the stage, but when I'm approaching the building. It's as if I'm already auditioning. 100 yards before I get there, I'm letting my nerves and my adrenaline build. I'm not denying them. I'm riding them. I'm not fighting them. I'm trying to see the audition as some kind of performance, not an exam. Sorry, remember I've got my notes here, so I'm trying to make sure that I don't forget anything, and that's why I keep glancing there. I do apologize. If it helps, imagine you are not yourself, but your favorite singer, and the panel is lucky to hear you. Before I go out to sing, I say, I am Dmitry Kholosovsky, and they are so lucky to hear me today. I'm going to smash this. And I walk onto that stage like I'm the most confident person in the world. If I'm rehearsing with the pianist beforehand, if I'm lucky enough to have time with the pianist, I remember that they also might have a say in the decision. So not that that's the reason, because we should always show respect and professionalism, but I'm mindful of that fact. I've worked out the character that I should be playing as a singer. I'm a 6'3" big bloke with a big, powerful, dramatic Verdi baritone voice. I'm not going to go out there and go, hello, I'm going to sing. I'm going to be confident and big. Hello, what do you want to hear? If I'm a 5'3" soubrette soprano, I'm going to go out there. Hello, how are you? Nice to see you. I'm going to be slightly even flirty, maybe. I'm going to play the character that I should be playing. One of the best pieces of advice I had was from the great bass from the Royal Opera House, Jeremy White, who told me that I shouldn't be too begging. He said, look at you, you're a big bloke. So the next audition I did, it was in Norway for the Norwegian Opera. I went out there and I confidently said, what would you like to sing? And I had this attitude of like arrogance, and I sang Eri Tool, and they offered me work because it's the way it works. You have to be confident. So when you walk in, you have to project calm and competence within the boundaries of this character that you are. It's not a character, it's yourself. Be thyself, be your voice type, yeah? Panels are under pressure. Remember this. It's stressful to be in an audition panel. I've done it. Let them feel that their stress is over because you have arrived. You're going to make this easy for them. You announce yourself clearly, as I said. You don't let the pianist rush you. When you say you say what you're going to sing, and they say thank you, and you nod. You turn to the pianist and you go, okay, and then you put your head down. You get in position. If the pianist starts and you're not ready, sorry, I'm not ready. And then you start. Don't do that as an affectation. If they start at the right time, go with it. But if they do rush you and you're not ready, don't be rushed. This might be a test of self-position. I know pianists that do this on purpose in auditions. They try to play the wrong tempo. They try to start. An old repetiteur from my old college days told me that he did that. And he did it in my auditions. And I stopped him. And he congratulated me afterwards. And I got the job. Find your inner place. Lower your head. Lift it. Give the pianist a clear nod when you're ready. And then you sing. Now, when you begin, stay fully in the piece. Don't half perform. Commit until the very last note, and then come out of the role. You've finished. Thank you. Yeah, do it. It's come back into the room. Show them that you've done it, and wait. If they want another aria, repeat this routine, and then show them that you're able to go into this little universe as you sing, and then come out again. So after you finish, you have to say thank you. Say, thank you very much for hearing me. Smile, nod, thank the pianist. Thank you very much. And walk out. That's it. Whilst you're singing, Do not do big gestures. Oh my golly gosh. I can tell you stories of my time in an audition panel when people have brought props and sat down and done all that thing. It's nonsense. Don't move your hands too much, but also don't be too stuck. Stand by the piano. Internalize the emotions. I think we can talk in another video. I've already done one, but I'll make another one about using hands in auditions. Yeah, gestures should come from a place of power inside of yourself. I like to think of the key energy being here, and any gesture that I does comes from that. Yeah, I don't want to move too much, but I don't want to be too static. Really, really think about this. Again, this is videoing yourself. And then after your audition, you are in the waiting phase. You are hoping. You have to let it go. Auditioning is a skill itself. If you get the job, then allow yourself to celebrate. If you don't, do not beat yourself up about it. I can tell you this, having sat on many, many audition panels, the reason why people don't get the job is not always because you didn't sing well. They might have thought you were fantastic and still not have given you the role. You may not go physically. The director might insist on a physicality with the other members of the cast. They may have thought you sang fantastic, but you're not quite ready to sing that role. I remember Brigitte Fassbender telling me once that I was the best singer in the audition for the role, but I was too young to sing Renato in Un ballo e maschera. And she gave me brilliant advice. But if I hadn't got that advice, I would have thought, oh gosh, well, that was a wasted journey to Australia for that audition. Don't beat yourself up. Learn to be mentally strong. Have a great mental attitude and then get on. There's so much to talk about auditioning. So if you have any tips, drop them down in the comment down below. Get involved in the Facebook page. Maybe start a post there and talk about your tips for auditioning. Become a channel member, and we're going to do masterclasses on there. Loads of extra content that I'm putting out there. If you like these auditions, buy me a coffee. We're moving back to England. I'm going to be close to London, so you can have lessons online and in person. This channel is growing. We've got so much still to talk about. Thank you so much for being a part of this, and I'll see you in the next video. Thank you so much.